Hello and welcome to another edition of JPL in 30, the highlight show for the Jamaica Premier League. Another doubleheader gets the ball rolling on match day 3 at the Drax Hall Stadium in St. Anne as perennial contenders and former champions Waterhouse look to secure back-to-back wins when they travel to face newcomers Limehall Academy in the opening fixture. Donald Oliver takes us through the highlights.
As we take a look at the full-time highlights here. For the first half, they gave as good as they got, you know. Beckford's effort from Anderson's cross couldn't have been put away. Carlos Campbell with a big opportunity inside the 6-yard box. And Foster denied him first, but there was not a lot of power in that shot. And then Waters got something. I thought it was against the run of play, and it was because of the pressure from Javane Bryan, who took this goal well. And it gave Waterhouse a lead. Yep, he applied the pressure. And Waterhouse is number 9, starting the season like a house on fire. 3rd goal in 3 games. And Waterhouse with the advantage there. Limehall still trying to cook. The header magnificently saved. And there was a handled ball on the line. The Limehall players were asking for it, but before that, Foster, wonderfully done. And here's Christian playing this one inside. Fletcher had a couple of bites there, but the second was an emphatic finish. And they stretched their advantage to 2 in the first half. And that's how they went into the break. Although there was to have been one more opportunity, but not a lot of power there from the header. And then Elliott dragging that one just wide of the mark. Oh, that was perilously close. Handled ball there. Easy call by the referee, who pointed to the spot. Andre Smith couldn't quite get out of the way, but that was clear. And Elliott getting his first goal of the season and his first goal for Limehall from the penalty spot. And they had pulled the goal back to make it 2-1, but then a little after that, Waterhouse went ahead. That was a really good run there by Nevada player, and he laid it on a platter. And Fletcher converted well, making that late run inside the box, and was an outlet for Blair. Second of the game for Andre Fletcher.
Andre, you had a brace today, but not only that, your game wasn't really summed up with your goals. A lot of work for your team, even in the defense. Tell me a bit about the game that you played today. How much do you like it?
Well, I like it 60%. I still think there's a lot me, myself, and also my team can build upon. But I win today. We have to just go back to the drawing board and focus on the next game.
You seem like a different player once you scored a goal today. How much does it mean for you to be scoring goals?
Well, it's mean a lot to me because for a score, confidence gonna gain, and that's what I did today, gain confidence.
And finally, one of the players on your team, Nicoy Christian, must be a joy to play with him, and he was responsible for you setting up your first.
Yeah, great player. We train and we'll be like chemistry together, so we'll just take it over to the game today.
Well, hopefully you'll move from 60% to more. All the best for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
Coach Price, you finally got the goal today, and it was an improved performance, but I guess you can blame yourself somewhat, your team that is, for not coming away with something from this game.
Yes, early Christmas gift for Waterhouse. Sometimes it was us who was more clinical today, let's put it that way. First 15-20 minutes of the game, we seemed to be timid in front of the goal. We should have gotten 2 goals easily. And the balance of play, the defenders, some silly mistakes, and we went down 2-0. We managed to we did some changes right at the halftime. The substitutes, the impact of the game immediately, we got the goal, but then a lapse there again. So it's a learning curve, and with every loss you have to take the lessons from it. And again, although we got 1 today, it's the same thing like from last week. We have to score the chances that we get at this level. Waterhouse got theirs and they took them, and kudos to them.
You seem like you're a ruthless coach as well, because you know most coaches would wait again for maybe 60 minutes or more to make your changes. You saw it fit to make your changes right at halftime to try and affect the game.
Yeah, most definitely. We were down 2-0. We needed as much time for the substitutes to be able to impact the game. We had an immediate impact because basically we needed more energy in the wide areas, and we got that out of McCullough. The cross came in and it gave us a penalty. I think, as we said, the concentration need to be stepped up so that we are always plugged in. But they learn, as I told them in the dressing room, you don't lose the Premier League or drop out on the second game. So we just need to learn from this.
Another efficient performance from the Jerusalem-based club Waterhouse, who continues to make strides in the early season. We take our first break here on JPL in 30. Join us for more right after the break. Welcome back to JPL in 30. The second match of Sunday's doubleheader saw champions Mount Pleasant looking to secure back-to-back wins as they entertained Dunbeholden FC. Let's pick up the action with Donald Oliver.
Let's take a look at the full-time highlights, shall we? And that was a wonderful ball from out the back from Davis, finding across a Chong, and his effort was just wide of the mark. It was an indication as to how direct Mount Pleasant wanted to play. McCullough's ball inside was a peach, wasn't it? And Akwasa Chung with the header. Free, unmarked inside the area. Look at the ball inside to find him though. On a platter. And boy, did Chung eat that up. And then Dunbeholden trying to get that one, that effort, wide of the mark. Rowan Brown was instrumental in a couple of plays. Then the ball played inside, nodded down by Topi, and the captain McCullough was there, slipping between the defenders, clearly onside. And Phillips' delivery, Topi involved, McCullough always there. What was the keeper doing? That was what Lenny Hyde was saying. And what was he doing here? It was a shallow ball to Thomas, and the dink wide of the mark. Dunbeholden didn't pay on that occasion. Good work from Devontae Campbell out left. Sent this one inside, not clear properly, but Bailey on the volley. Kimoni Bailey's going to remember that hit for a while. First time effort inside the box. No stopping that one. Again, Campbell with the ball inside, and Bailey. Oh, he loved it. They loved it. It was game, set, and match then. Phillips' delivery inside, the header. Marlon Allen on target, but straight to the keeper. Allen to the byline. He was a live wire inside, and it was bouncing around inside the box before they managed to clear that one. Yeah, that could have gone anywhere. And the eventual clearance from Thomas was enough. So 3-0, of course, the final score. Mount Pleasant had 13 shots, 6 of which were on target. Just 1 on target from Dunbeholden from their 7 shots. Mount Pleasant was very physical in this game, committing 11 fouls, having 4 yellow cards shown to them, 1 more than Dunbeholden with their 3. They had more corner kicks too, the home team, Mount Pleasant, as well as the possession at 57%.
McCullough, you had a goal and assist, a lot of defensive work for you too. The game started a bit physical, but the quality came to the fore. How do you like your team's performance?
The team performance, I have to say well done, because before the game we know that it's going to be tough, but nevertheless we stuck to it and we fight through and we get a couple goals.
You're making a habit of scoring goals with your head. I was there on call for the 2 in the final, back here again today, just as if you stole it out the fingers of the goalkeeper. Brave header.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I read where the ball was going to ended up, so I just put my body there and I just get the goal from my
Couldn't
team.
let you go without saying to you, asking you about that cross. It was a peach of a cross to Chong. I mean, you worked on that a lot, I would feel.
Yeah, the coach during the week, this week, the coach was working on a lot of crosses, so I was practicing some crosses.
Well, you'll be proud about it because you executed quite well. All the best. Good
Thank
performance. Coach Hyde, the performance, was it more of Mount Pleasant having a really good performance than Dunby Holding not turning up?
Yeah, I think I must lift my hat to the the Mount Pleasant team. Excellent game. Well tuned, well fit, well ready. We are not ready as yet. We are still building. It's a long season, so we have time to prepare,
Another workman-like performance keeps the champions winning and looking imperious. Much more action still to come from the JPL as we go to another break. Stay with us. Welcome back to JPL in 30. From St. Anne, we journey to Kingston for another doubleheader in our Monday night fixtures from the Stadium East Field. The opening encounter see the Clarendon-based Bear United taking on Tivoli Gardens. Donald Oliver and Chris Taylor were on commentary duties.
As we take a look at the highlights here at the National Stadium East Field. And this was some good work inside the area. The challenge coming in though, a lot of slipping and sliding, and then the resulting effort, not a lot of power behind it. And then Veer coming forward, ball played inside the spill, Nicholas Clark, and then mopped up there by Dustin Cohen in the 4th minute. Dyer did well there, and how did Clark manage to spill that? I'm not sure. But then he came across the Cohen and he finished that with a plum there, as if he had a lot of experience, a 16-year-old. And here he is out wide, heading to the byline, doing really well, sending that one inside on a platter. And then the resulting effort over the top. Dennis there with the miss, Ricardo Dennis. And then clumsy challenge inside the box. Tivoli Gardens were awarded the penalty. And Barrington Price making no mistake. (1-1). Price delivering this one. Or Price was the one who was on the end of that cross from Lewis. And Price just about missing, and then that free kick was wide of the mark from Howard Morris, who did okay in this game. And then the finish, so Jay Graham in the 28th minute, finding the gap between the goalkeeper and the near post. And what a finish that was too, opening his account this season. And then Lewis is delivering inside, and Price coming on the end of it, striking the woodwork as well. Then the second half, Penny Cook had a stab at that one, went over the bar, or went wide of the mark, I should say. And then this one was drilled in. And Clark, another nervous moment, but he held on. And then Cohen probably would have sealed the man of the match performance if he had put that one away, but he missed it. That was all she wrote.
Bear United coming up with a big rare win to keep their 2023-24 campaign on track. The second match of the doubleheader on Monday saw home team Harborview tackling the Xavier Gilbert coached Arnett Gardens. Here is Donald Oliver once again.
mouth-watering.
Yep, as we take a look at the full-time highlights here, it was mouth-watering indeed. Bradford firing the first warning shot over the bar. And then look at this build-up. Bradford chesting it down. Johnson with a firecracker. And Edwards with a wonderful save. It was a sign of things to come. Jamon Shepherd had a really good game, scooping this one up, and there was Cunningham leaping high, but Bennett was behind it. And then Bradford looking for a Juma Johnson. Magnificent hit, really very good hit. Edwards could do nothing about that. And Johnson against his old club with a magnificent strike. Opportunity for Anne Gardens as they try to get back level. Bennett was in the way of that one. And Wing trying to pass that one. Broke free to Bradford, running away from the defenders. You could bet your house on him to finish from there. Has the speed, bursting away from Cunningham and company, and that's a good finish, it really was. In the 41st minute, Harborview in dreamland, leading on it Gardens by 2-0, and Bradford with his first for his new club. And then the free kick smacking the woodwork, and then going behind for a corner kick. And then they pulled a goal back. Jamon Shepherd in the 48th minute. His first ever goal in the Jamaica Premier League, and he had to leave Harborview to get it. Didn't celebrate a whole lot, did Shepherd. But on the Gardens, they were flying in this second half. Arboyne getting it from Wing. It's a lovely release there, right into his path. The first touch was majestic. The second was magnificent into the top corner. Nothing Anthony Bennett could have done in goal there. And they were absolutely pumped. And what a game we had. Warner Brown could have done some damage after turning a Johnny Talbot inside out, but he found the keeper. And then this opportunity for Cunningham, heading well wide of the mark. What a game we had here. And all who are here to witness it.
Xavier, at the end of it 2-2, a fair result, certainly a very exciting game. You must have been enjoying it.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it, especially the second half, because we won the second half, Harborview won the first half, and we have to give them credit. But entertaining for spectator and 4 goals. Yeah, I would have loved to get 3 points. I think we created a few more opportunities in the second half and could have nicked one, but coming back from 2 goals down against a quality opposition at this level, you know, I have to lift my hat off to the team, you know?
Yeah, and nobody wants to go down 2 goals. When you are down 2 goals and you went into the halftime talk as well, what would be some of the things you would have said to the boys?
I mean, we just had to make the adjustment where we needed to make the adjustment, and we did it second half. And we wanted an early goal in the second half, which we got. And then that kind of, we work our way back into it. I didn't think we were playing our game. You know, we gave them a little bit too much space inside the middle of the park in the first half. And we had to condense that space, which we did in the second half. Unfortunate that we didn't get another goal.
Got to 2-2. Then you decide to ring the changes. I was a little bit surprised that you went for the 2 changes for the wide players at that point, where it seemed like you had the momentum. Kelson and Arboyne, the 2 players coming off. Why?
Yeah, I mean, based on what we saw and what the players gave us, the legs were going, and I think that's an area that we were exploiting. We were having some success. And we just needed some fresher legs, you know, because in the same breath you want to go to goal, but they have to get back and defend. And it's hard to ask them to run that hard in the first half, in the second half, both on both sides, in attack and in defense. So I thought we needed some fresher legs there to do what we needed to do. There are still quality players coming on, but unfortunately we just didn't get it 3 points today. But probably a fair result, seeing where we were coming from, you know.
fair result, exciting game. Thanks for that. Get some rest, and we look forward to week 4.
Yeah, man, thanks. Good.
Xavier Gilbert there, the head coach of Arnett Gardens. And Ludlow Bernard now comes into frame. Ludlow, really lovely match, a tough match. But I saw what you were saying from the pre-match interview, that the team, obviously a good understanding of each other, the chemistry good. You went 2 goals up, but then it slipped.
Yeah, and it really slipped real bad, and we brought back Arnett into the game, you know, of 2 very blatant errors. The talk in the room was that we knew that Arnett was going to come at us in the first 10, and we needed to be strong defensively. But of course, as you saw that occurred out there, you know, we gave up a very soft free kick to begin with, and then the free kick was not defended properly. And I mean, the player came in between a couple of players and got a free header. I mean, I spoke to the guys today about being professional, and that really was a very unprofessional moment as at that time. And then the second goal, blatant error again from our team, from our player, you know. We basically brought them back into the game, and we didn't really want that. We wanted to withstand that little storm at the beginning of the second half and then take the game from there.
Still must be pleasing to you, though, 2 of the new players coming into your squad, Juma Johnson, Shaquille Bradford, you spoke about him at the start.
Yes.
Providing, obviously having the chemistry up front,
yes.
2 former Campion
players. Yeah, that is coming from afar, and also based on where they live as well. You know, and that is an advantage that we look to take into our games going forward. Of course, you know, it was good to see Bradford getting on the sheet and getting on the sheet consistently, both in the Caribbean Cup and here as well. And it was good to see Ajuma scoring his first goal. And he really was intent on really scoring today. I mean, he tested the goalkeeper early, and then he came back with a real bomber.
And you could still have won it. I know you're a bit upset that you gave up the 2 goals, but when you look at the match, you were still creating opportunities.
Still
it could have gone
opportunities. Of course, as I said before, I think without my main striker here today, I think I was left a little short. But I really like probably how we dealt with the situation after it went 2-2 up. You know, we tried to really contain them and not give up anything more. Made a couple of defensive changes to just weather the storm. And then probably with some better changes, we could have gotten it.
Good to see you guys finally in the Premier League and getting things underway. All the best. Get some rest.
Definitely. Thanks.
And that's how we put a wrap on JPL in 30 on your home of champions, SportsMax. Tune in next week for more pulsating action from the Jamaica Premier League.